Hey everybody, Harold here with the eighth in our series on the Power Query ribbon. We've moved on from transform to add column. Add column is different from transform in that transform basically edits or changes the column in place, whereas add column creates a new column, a whole new column, different or altered information. I'm going to do a little cleaning with our skills we learned already before I get into add column. It looks like there's two index columns here off, so I'm going to home, move columns, take that off. I'm going to rename this one index. This data is from Kaggle. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's all in space launches since 1960. That's index. We'll check the types. That's fine. Company, that's fine. Location. I want to split this column up a little. I'm going to take off the launch pad first, by delimiter, split column by delimiter, comma, leftmost. Okay. Now we have the launch pad. Rename the column. I want to split this into country and launch site. So we'll transform split column by delimiter. Let's put it at the rightmost comma, if that works. Okay, now I have Kennedy Space Center, Florida, USA, China. So we'll do location, and we're going to call this one country. Location. Oh, I'm sorry. That's location. This one is country. I don't like the way they have the date, so we'll split that up some. Uh, split column by delimiter, first comma, leftmost delimiter. I don't want to do that. Let's take that back off. Let's do split column by delimiter, space, leftmost. Okay. We'll call this one weekday. And let's replace values. Replace values. We'll take this UTC out, replace it with nothing. Now we have weekday, and let's call this one date time. Change it to a time type, date time type. Detail. This is a rocket. This is a mission after the bar. Let's split those up. Column by delimiter. Bar is chosen for us. Okay. Now we have rocket and mission. This is the status of the rocket. That's fine. That's the cost of the rocket in millions. It's a lot of nulls. Worry about that. Status of the mission, whether it was a success or failure. And that's it. So I think everything ABC, 1 point float, ABC, ABC, ABC date, everything looks good. So let's do column by example. Start easy. This column here, I could split that the junction between the lower and uppercase letters, but I'm going to show you how to do it with column by example. I go to my Add Column tab, Column by Examples. I could select all of them, or I can just do selection. In this case, I'm just going to do selection. And some of these are retired. Let's see, down there it says status retired. Most of them are active that you can see. I don't need the status. I just wanted to say active. And this is the only place in Power Query where you can actually type in the cells, column from examples. Nowhere else. That's pretty cool. The active, it reads my mind. It's like FlashFIll on steroids. Got all my actives, even picked up my retired, just eliminated the status. Power Query Excel knew what I wanted to do. Let's take it a little farther. Let's say I wanted to make something into a Boolean argument, like true or false. Status mission is the answers are only one or the other. It either succeeded or it failed. Any astronauts, cosmonauts, taikonauts, or any that perished, rest in peace. Or a success or failure, true or false. So let's change it to a Boolean data, true or false. Column from examples. You can do this by right-clicking on the column header also. Boolean success would be true. Done not picking up anything yet. Well, failure would be false. Okay. Oh, there it goes. All the successes are true. And let's check that for another failure just to make sure it's false. Yes. Okay. Power Query has created the new column with true, false, and changed it to a Boolean data type. Wow. All right, let's take it a step farther. Uh, these launch locations, how long? Maybe I want to abbreviate them. See how we can do that with column from examples. From selection, let's just call them by the first three letters of the name capitalized. KN for Kennedy. Now, just capitalize everything else. So when it doesn't learn from the first one, you just keep going. KIU for Juaquan. Okay. Oh, and they got Boca Chica, and they got Baikonur, and so on and so forth. So with just two examples, Cell figured out what I wanted to do, made a whole new column, three-letter capitalized abbreviations for my locations. Okay, let's take this even farther. The reason I left the index column I usually wouldn't leave, I want to show you how to column from examples, and you can do stuff like ranges, selection. Well, let's do ranges on the index and uh, quantities of 10. So 0 to 9 is within the range of 0 to 9. Well, it got down to number 8, and then decided number 9 would be 9 to 18. Not what I was looking for, so let me try to teach it. Example of machine learning. 0 to 9 is still 0 to 9. Okay. Oh, and it figured it out just after that prompt. Said 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, so forth. So I have a range column. It's for grouping. Say OK, and I want to stop right here and show you the real power of this tool. If I had to write this formula in Excel or VBA, this DAX is bad enough. It would be a nightmare. I'd be debugging and correcting my syntax forever. I can do that, and I have done that, but I switched to doing it with ChatGPT also. I still have to ask ChatGPT 3 or 4 questions to refine it. And in Power Query, I wrote this formula. Well, I didn't write it. IntelliSense wrote it for me with just typing 0 to 9 and correcting one cell. Took about 20 seconds, maybe probably less. That's the power of Power Query. So let's say, okay. Now I'm going to show you my favorite part of this whole thing. Let's get a little more room here. Collapse all this. All right. Column from examples from all columns. Again, this is one of my favorite things to do. You can say something like USA launched launched a SpaceX kind of rocket was it? You have to type exactly what's in your column in your data. SpaceX Falcon 9 Block 5. Falcon 9 Block 5 from KEN, which is Kennedy Space Center, and the mission was a success. You have to, again, you have to type it just like in your data. Success is capitalized. Period. Enter. So now my columns say, let's expand this a little. USA launches SpaceX Falcon 9 Block 5 from Kennedy Space Center, and the mission was a success. Well, from that, that's all I typed. Now I have China launched the CASC Long March 2D from Jiuquan, and the mission was a success. Kazakhstan launched a Roscosmos Proton Imbriz M from Baikonur, and the mission was a success. So on and so forth. Okay. All the concatenation and formulas I would have had to do for that. Unbelievable. Let's close and load this baby. And there you go. 4,324 rows loaded into my Excel spreadsheet. All my new columns, including my new concatenated column, done by example. Beautiful. That's it for column from example. We'll move on to the rest of the add column page in our next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you liked it, please like it, subscribe, and join me for the next one. Thanks, everyone.